Cheryl, Rob, the parents of the 8-year-old boy tell me their son has all of his shots, and it was just a matter of getting the paperwork transferred over to the school nurse. But they say the school took an extreme measure, calling the police on their son for not having his shot records. Shanita and Timothy Rhodes say they moved to Country Club Hills to give their children a good life and solid education, especially for their youngest son, Tamir, who has autism.
Tamir was diagnosed with autism right before the pandemic started. He's very loving and kind, and he makes a friend wherever he goes. I try to give him a better life, a normal life.
But this couple says October 17th was anything but normal for Tamir at Meadowview Intermediate School. Mrs. Rhodes says she got a call from the school nurse requesting her son's vaccine records. She says she informed the nurse that her son's previous school was within the district and that they should have all of his shot records on file.
Can you just call over there, call the nurse, and obtain his records? And to my dismay, she said, no, that's not my job.
Mrs. Rhodes says she had planned to call her son's former school that day to get his medical records faxed over. But she said she had to step into a work meeting first. While she was in that meeting, she says she got a call from a Country Club Hills police officer who was at her home.
He said to me that I was called here because of a case of neglect. And I said, neglect? You know, in awe. And he said, well, ma'am, I could see that it's not a case of neglect, so can you just call the school district and, you know, work out the matter? And I said, okay.
Mrs. Rhodes says she called Tamir's former school and his pediatrician to have the records sent over. At that point, she says she thought the issue was resolved. But when their nanny arrived to pick up Tamir from school, he wasn't there.
So I'm in disbelief because I'm like, he's not there. And so she says, well, they said something about the police picking him up. And I'm like, the police?
Mrs. Rhodes says the school called Country Club Hills police to pick him up and send him home. The reason? Tamir was now considered a trespasser. Tamir was dropped off by police and retrieved by his older brother. The Rhodes are outraged.
What happened to putting a note in a child's book bag? What happened to giving us a call and going down his emergency call list and letting us know? I would have left work early to come get him instead of having him brought home in a police car.
The parents say the school has not been willing to address the issue, so they hired attorney Calvin Townsend to get answers.
A kid who has special needs, someone who feels comfortable in a certain environment, and when you take them out of that environment, you know, you're further traumatizing him. So it's something, again, that we want the principal, the school nurse, to answer for.
The ABC 7i team reached out to Meadowview Intermediate School to find out why Tamir was sent home with police and what their policy is for vaccine records. The school principal, Philip Bazile, declined to comment, but told me to reach out to the district superintendent for a statement. The superintendent, Dr. Dwayne Megan, never returned my calls or emails.
Yeah.
Tamir's parents tell me their son hasn't been the same since the incident and gets nervous when it's time to go to school. They say they hope this never happens again to Tamir or any other innocent child. I did reach out to Country Club Hills police. The police chief confirmed that they were called by the school because Tamir was considered to be trespassing. The chief says Tamir was not handcuffed and was safely turned over to an adult at home. The chief says it was his understanding that the parents were informed that someone needed to pick Tamir up, but the parents tell me that that is absolutely not true. They said they never got a call asking for them to pick up their son, and we still have not heard back from the school district or the superintendent on this matter. Hopefully we will at some point, because of course there's still a lot of questions out there as to why this happened. Sure.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC 7 Chicago YouTube channel.